with another makeup tutorial. This is a trend that's going on right now. It's called strobing, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how you can use this technique even if you have oily skin. It's just highlighting without the contouring, so it can be a little bit difficult to pull off if you have oily skin. I myself have oily skin in my T-zone, so I did tweak this just a little bit to suit my skin type. This technique is very easy. Anyone can grasp it. It's a lot less complicated than contouring, so I hope you ladies enjoy. I'm starting out with a primer to mattify my skin. I'm just going to take a small amount of that, and I'm only going to apply it to my T-zone. So around the nose, forehead, chin area. But I only took a very, very small amount. You don't need much of this primer. One thing that I've learned about certain primers is that if you use too much, it'll have the opposite effect and it'll make you greasy. After I've applied my primer, I'm going to go directly into my foundation. I'm using a liquid foundation. It's the Makeup Forever Face and Body. And if you have really, really oily skin, you want to use an oil-free foundation, and this one is oil-free. It's water-based. I'm going to dab it all over my skin with my finger and then come back and blend it with a beauty blender. This is just the base. We're laying the base down, prepping for strobing. Now that I've finished applying my foundation, I'm going to start highlighting, and I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. It's in the shade Medium Dark Warm. And first I'm going to start by highlighting under my eyes. I'm going to add a little to my chin, bridge of my nose, and a tiny bit to my forehead. Now strobing is really just a fancy name for highlighting. I'm using the exact same technique I used for highlighting when I highlight and contour. The only thing is we're going to skip the contour and just highlight our face. Some of you may have noticed this is not very different from my everyday makeup routine. I'll link that video down below. The concept is pretty much the same. I do this look almost on a daily basis. I always highlight and skip contour for an everyday look. So now I'm going to use my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette to set my contour. I'm using Lucid and Lyric mixed together. So you want to set under your eyes. You also want to set the bridge of your nose. Forehead. And your chin, of course. Now after I've set my highlight, I go in with my powder, because if you're oily, you're going to want to set your face with a powder, especially your T-zone. If you're dry, you could skip this step. I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation in Medium Dark Golden. It's the powder foundation. Just going to apply this to the areas that I did not highlight. This will also help your highlight blend better. Okay, we're almost finished. We have a few more steps left. I've already done my eyeshadow and eyebrows off camera. So to really make our highlight pop, I'm going to use a cream highlight first, and then I'm going to apply a powder highlight over top of that. The cream highlight that I'm going to be using is from the Laura Mercier contour palette, and it's called Highlight Number 1. So I'm just going to dab a little bit of that on my finger and add it to my cheekbones. I'm also going to add some to my temples in a C shape around my eye. You can already see that glow starting to happen. Now this part I normally don't do every day, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to do it. I'm going to add some highlight to my chin. And into my forehead. I'm also just going to add a little bit to the tip of my nose. Okay, now it's time for the star of the show, and this is currently my favorite highlight at the moment. It's a Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo in the shade 2. Also a little bit on my chin, and whatever's left on the brush I'll add to my forehead. And then for my nose, I'll just use my finger here to dab the product on. And I did add some of this highlight to my brow bone and my inner tear duct off camera. I'm also going to be adding blush to my cheeks. I'm using one by NYX called Cinnamon. This one is by Milani and it's in the shade Luminous. Alright ladies, that wraps up the tutorial for strobing. I hope you guys learned something new that you can apply to your everyday makeup looks. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.